Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for coming to the 5th BBC Arabic Festival.
Well, BBC Arabic started this festival for a number of reasons. It was so that they can get in touch with independent filmmakers who are on the ground catching stories and making films about things that people within the BBC aren't able to do. But it's also so that they can expand kind of their voice.
President's Visit. It's a comedy or satire about a little town that prepares for the surprise visit of the president. What inspired me to make this film is the fact that for 2 years and a half in Lebanon we did not have a president, and what's very funny is that whether you have a president or not, the country is equally functional or dysfunctional. It's just the same. So it was really asking questions of what really are these people doing if they're just like facades of a failed system. Comedy becomes something of a self-imposed remedy just to go through the absurdity of politics in Lebanon.
Amala is a documentary portrait that follows the life of a young Egyptian girl from the age of 13 and follows her through 6 years, from the start of the revolution, the uprising in Egypt, through to the election of the Muslim Brotherhood, and then the restoration of the military. And she starts off as a revolutionary in Tahrir Square, and then we see her journey through to disillusionment, and in the end she joins the police force. She's a very petite, feisty girl.
فيلم بونبوني هو بيحكي عن ظاهرة تهريب السبرم من السجون الإسرائيلية بظروف بيكون في الكابل عنده حاجة الإنجاب. لقيناه مهم لأنه بيمثل نوع من النضال إذا بدك أو من الريزيستنس تجاه الاحتلال الإسرائيلي، فحبينا نضوي عليه هذا الموضوع.
What Walla Wants. It's a documentary that I shot in the West Bank from 2012 to 2019. It follows a young Palestinian girl the story begins soon after her mother is released from prison. She shortly thereafter announces that she wants to be one of the few policewomen on the Palestinian security forces. The film follows her as she sort of busts through one obstacle after another. Her family doesn't feel like she should be in the army or the police force. And then boot camp itself is actually quite an obstacle for her. Once she gets out of boot camp and she is a policewoman, she still has to sort of go back to Balata camp where she's from, which is where there's a lot of the pressures of the occupation sort of concentrate themselves there in Balata camp, and so the story sort of becomes a bit of a roller coaster right after that.
There's a lot of kind of hearsay and cliche and stereotype that gets funneled through the world, and when we get to see the films by people who are living in the areas and behind the headlines, as they say, then you kind of break those stereotypes and you see the kinds of characters and situations as hopefully they should be portrayed.